Welcome back to Lake Nomad. Today we are going to try to make some Ninja Turtles. My son has recently gotten into them, and I used to be very into them, so what we're going to try to do is make Leonardo today using the Enforcer Bait Molds turtle. Now there's going to be a few issues I've kind of thought about on the way home that may kind of pop up. I know that this mold does have very good venting, but I'm going to have to make the mold fairly hot to get everything to bond, and the places where I want to put like the blue mask and stuff, it's not really meant to hold those kind of things in, so I wouldn't be surprised if masks slip or there's some flashing or some bubbles, but hopefully by the end of it we have at least one good Ninja Turtle that I can give to my son. Alright, so I'm going to use Vitamin C by Alpha Pigments for the belly color. It kind of goes back and forth between an orange and a yellow, which is perfect for this. Leonardo's mask is blue, so I'm going to be using a mixture of a few mica powders along with some liquid pigment as well. I want to make sure it's definitely thick because the mask is going to be very thin, and if it's translucent at all, the mask is going to get lost in the green behind it. For the shell, I'm going to use a mixture of a couple different ones. I do mix it a lot off camera. This one was hard to dial in. It ended up being a mixture of peanut butter, chocolate brown, and pumpkin brown. So it was kind of hard. You'd think it would be just brown, but you know, I don't want to make it look disgusting, so a little bit harder. So what I did was I poured the vitamin C into the bellies first. I pour it in kind of slow here because I don't want to get it into the cavities and stop one of the legs from filling, and I also don't want to get it past the neck. So I do pour it kind of slow, and later on I'll come back with a heat gun just to kind of spread it all out, make sure it's even. Once I know that I don't have too much plastic in there. And for the masks, what I decided to do was actually shoot the AI Bloodline Swimbait mold to make a bunch of these little strands that I can kind of cut and just lay in the mold, because I know that if I try to pour it, it'll end up pooling because the way the mold's cut, it's not like a traditional swim bait. Here I'm just pouring that shell, the same idea that I had with the belly. Just want to make sure I don't overfill it. Come back with the heat gun and I'll clean it up later. And here is the mask. So I just lay it in there as best I can and just come with a heat gun, hoping to kind of push it down, not leave any gaps, and then also hoping that it'll kind of bond a little bit better. Actually, I guess what I mean is adhere to the aluminum, so it doesn't get actually washed away by the inflow of plastic when I shoot this. And then I want to make sure that I did have the little strand coming off the back. I know my son would notice if it didn't have the little tie off the back of the turtle's head. Okay, and then before I pour it, I am going to come around and just kind of get the surface to be kind of semi-liquid. I want to make sure that it does bond well when I shoot the plastic in there. Next time I do this, I will use a little bit less heat. I got the mold pretty warm, and it did result in a little bit of flashing that I expected, but it was more than I kind of anticipated. For the middle color, I use avocado green. Really pretty color. I thought it matched that, that Ninja Turtle green color pretty well. So really happy with the belly color. I can already tell the one on the right there does not have the mask on its face. Yeah, right there. So it did get washed somewhere in that turtle. There is a mask. But I think I nailed all the colors. Next time I will just need to find a way to make that bottom adhere a little bit better. I didn't lose anything really off the top on many of them, maybe one. This is that bottom one, mask that kind of comes off. Happy with the shell color. Glad I didn't change it. I almost did. Okay, on the second run, you can see again, one of them does not have the mask on the face. I guess I would say the bottom of the turtle. But that was the one I did lose the top. So I got to make sure that I maybe put a little bit less pressure next time as well when I do inject them. So overall though, really happy with the colors. There's a few things I need to work out, like right there. There's some bubbles in there just because some of the venting did not quite allow for those to escape. I may move the masks a little bit more forward next time to avoid that, but good learning experience. Happy with the colors. Son loved them. So good day. Thank you guys all so much for watching.